Hi, my name is Josh, and welcome back to another episode in the classroom. Today we have yet another 3S build, this time for the electronics lab. Inspirations for this project were once again Alec Steele, Casey and Van Neistat, and Adam Savage. I tried bringing together the best elements of some of their shelving and storage solutions while also adding some designy flair. This one, luckily, has a little more build footage to include than the last one. For these videos, I need to simultaneously figure out the design and how to build as well as frame the shot, which is a lot of steps. But I'm learning. I appreciate you sticking with me. Let's get to it. I came into this lab scene 2 days before the start of school in 2019. For the first semester, with so little transition time, I was trying to keep my head above water and didn't get the chance to lay out my classroom. In the next semester, I hit a good stride with my semester class, but the pandemic rendered me unable to come into the school for any class projects. When we were finally allowed to come back in, I had so many curriculum things I wanted to focus on, and so by the time we came to this semester, I finally had the time to devote to some of these classroom projects. Previous to the build, we had a series of unstable drawers, dumb labeling, no color key for the resistors, inconsistent placement, and empty space on the wall for speakers to hang from. My students use this cabinet for their electronics unit, so they need a couple of things. One, to figure out where everything is quickly, and two, easy access to those things. In turn, I needed them to be able to put them back in an orderly manner, which meant making things easier to put away. I hated having the toolbox projects from their woodshop unit as organizers because the handle doesn't make it easy for large hands to get what they need. And I'd love to get everything on one shelving area as well. To recap, we have a poor storage solution which makes things easy to be disorganized. Let's see if we can come up with something better. I brought in a buddy of mine, Michael Carlson, to help brainstorm some ideas after I had completed an organizer for the breadboards and needed help spacing things out.
You've just got to be astounded at this. First of all, it's an amazing build. Got nice, easy access to all my circuit boards. Obviously, I need to clean this up a little bit. We got some nails sticking out. First time using a brad nail or whatever. But I have this long sheet of plywood that I was just working with. I have this guy left over. This is the only thing that's left over. Check this out. Does it get any more perfect than that? Dang!
We came up with something pretty close to what I'm drawing currently. I want to maintain that cabinet space for the specific class so that we're not potentially disorganizing cabinets for other class sections. We have about 3 feet of space in the cabinet to work from side to side. For the most part, I like things to be in line with the red set of drawers, so there's no need to use the entire depth, but we'll try to make use of it later. We'll have the left-hand side set up for takeaway items, maintaining the same concept I designed for the fastener organizer in the previous build. On the right side, we still need space on the walls for the magnets, but we don't actually need that much space, so we can still add some shelving and make places for the battery snaps, push buttons, and the wire strippers. I still haven't come up with a good solution for scrap wire. You need it for the breadboards, but is there anything more effective at both keeping everything together and being easy to put back once 14-year-old students are done with it? That's what I've been racking my brain around for some time, and I don't think anything works better than a bin. I wanted to reserve a custom bin for wire strippers, but to test Adam Savage's philosophy that drawers and intern bins.
Drawers are where things go to die.
I'm going to instead hang up a magnet strip for the wire strippers. Most of the students in this class anyway don't use them. In the design, I wanted to have a little bit of the flavor of the wood shop in the electronics lab since the curriculum I teach tries meshing the two in some cases. So we're going to go with a plywood base and shelving solution similar to the fastener organizer, but instead of angling the shelves, I'm just going to change the bin design so that students can see into it easily. Let's take a look at what Michael and I came up with. The first obvious critique is that the shelves aren't supported all around. One of the things I try to impress upon my construction students when it comes to designing with fasteners is the application of forces. How much force will be applied on these shelves and where? If the centroid is within the triangle of support and the force is minimal, in this case less than 3 pounds each, then the shelves will be fully supportive. The Four Eyes channel on YouTube recently did a Little Larry coffee table design, which had a similar design philosophy. The bins were pretty easy construction, but the back panels took some learning. I learned how to use a track saw, and those things are awesome. I use it all the time now. The basic construction is an L bracket with support member. Then that support member is holding up the shelves. I thought the measurements were small enough to have the unit fit in the cabinet easily, but I needed to take it apart and reassemble it in the cabinet, which I like better anyway. Once the back plywood was fastened to the metal cabinet, I could start placing all the storage components.
Is that really what my hair looks like from the back?
From there, labels. This part was actually a lot of fun. The whole reason I decided to do this build was because I wanted color labels for the resistors, but also wanted the rest of the cabinet to look good. At the end of trial 1, actually, I don't like this. So I designed some actual labels using my favorite photo editor, PowerPoint. Fun fact, all of my thumbnails are made in PowerPoint. From there, I just printed them out on sticker paper, cut them out, and I put a little mnemonic for memorizing the resistor color numbers. I might get some flack for not having the tolerance values, but for high school kids, I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, creating a new stable baseline, as it were. Is it time for some money shots? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this build and that it gave some ideas for your own shops. If it did, hit the like button. Drop a comment with other tips for the lab. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of these builds. I have a few woodworking designs in store for the summer, so be on the lookout for those. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next one.